Welcome to This Is Henderson, the official podcast of the Henderson Tourist Commission, where we break down all things Henderson happenings, history, and hotspots. This is Abby Dixon.
And this is Ellie Keelan.
And this is Henderson. Okay, you guys. I know we said the last episode of This Is Henderson was a special edition because we had Commissioner Mike Manchett, and that was really great. However, this is round 2 in season 1 of a special edition.
Guest.
Yes. This is the handy edition of the This Is Henderson podcast. So we are here to break down, now that Handy Fest is finally here, we are here with Brian Bishop to break down all of the details about the music we can expect to hear and some of the other fun things that come along with having the WC Handy Blues and Barbecue Festival here in Henderson, Kentucky.
It's handy season.
It's back, y'all.
It's here.
It is here.
Be prepared.
Okay, so how about this? Before we get into our Bluegrass Bites segment, where we are tasting a delicious sweet and smoky latte from Antler.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Let's hear a little bit from Brian Bishop. Welcome on.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself
Brian.
and your involvement with Henderson.
Brian Bishop.
And Handy. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So Handy, I help book the bands with Mr. Dorn Luck. Dorn has been doing it roughly 24, 25 years, I think. So he
That's a long
asked,
time.
yeah, a long time. And then they asked for, someone to come in that would help kind of take over and work with Dorn, and
You're the apprentice.
I guess. So it's pretty fun. It's, it's a little taxing at times. Trying to orchestrate times, schedules, money, obviously is a big thing. But it's pretty rewarding, excuse me. It's fun.
Nice.
So
What do you do for your day job?
my day job, oh wow, we're going to talk day jobs. I am the director of the Planning Commission, which acts as the central clearinghouse for land development in the city and county of Henderson.
Okay. So if you have any big ideas, go talk to Brian.
Love to.
Or complaints, just general complaints. We like to direct those to Brian Bishop.
We get a lot of complaints, but it's not bad. They're all well-meaning. It's constructive criticism.
Yeah, that's all.
That's a good way to look at it.
It's glass half full, which is also how I'm looking at this sweet and smoky latte. So let me tell you guys a little bit about this. So the description on the menu that Hunter and Annalisa, our friends at Antler, have written up for us. So the sweet and smoky is our house cold brew topped in a smoky orange blossom cold foam. Okay, so I asked a little bit about how they make this all happen. And
Okay.
I want y'all to be thinking about this as you sample it.
Okay.
So it's a house-made syrup, orange syrup. They then take a torch, add authentic Henderson, Kentucky smoke into the syrup.
It's good.
Yeah. And then they cover it in foil, I think, so that it traps in that smoky flavor. So it's not like, fake smoky flavor that they, sourced from somewhere else. Like they're actually, I don't know.
It's Henderson air.
That is local air and
Henderson
smoke.
air.
It's local air.
Henderson fire, Henderson
We'll claim what we can.
Mm-hmm.
Love what's local,
But is
including that.
That's right.
Is it Henderson wood, you think?
Based on our conversation with the Taylors from Taylor's Grill and Wheels, if it is, then I hope it's hickory.
Yeah.
And you can turn into episode 5 if you want to know more.
It's
okay.
really good, though.
It's super unique, and it really is like the perfect summer drink. It's icy.
It's good.
It's orange forward, but then you
Yeah,
get that
I don't
smoky.
think that I would have known about the smoky unless you had explicitly said, and I could really taste Henderson smoke. It's got that distinct Henderson smoke flavor. I mean, you can get it at Cap and Cork, too.
Yeah, when they torch like the bourbon drinks.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say. If you have a sweet and smoky latte anywhere else than from right here in Henderson, it is not Henderson smoke, and
No.
it is not authentic.
We can guarantee that, actually.
Yes. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, I don't think there's much else.
They can't handle the Henderson smoke.
They
No.
can't. Okay, so head to see our friends Hunter and Annalisa at Antler. They're there on Main Street. They have a beautiful space. Every time I go in, I see people from honestly like all generations gathering, working, spending just the whole day there. They usually have puzzles set up that you can work on if you need a distraction.
It's a cool vibe, a cool atmosphere.
It's a cool vibe. We definitely need to get Hunter and Annalisa on the podcast because their
Yeah.
story is really cool too.
Brian, can you just leave and we'll go and
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go pick them up and bring them down.
Changed
It's fine.
our minds.
Yeah, it's fine. Not a problem. I totally get it.
Okay, so a drink like that just screams summer to me. It's refreshing. It makes me feel good. And you know what else is refreshing and makes me feel good?
Handy.
The Handy Festival.
Good. That's what we're here for.
Okay, so I think what some of our listeners might not realize is, first of all, I need to say this. The Handy Festival is in its 34th
Fourth year.
which is crazy.
It is entirely run by volunteers.
Correct.
It is a free festival, meaning you do not have to pay a penny to go get in on the action.
One of the largest free festivals in the country.
It
Wow.
attracts people from all around the globe to Henderson, Kentucky to enjoy this music.
Correct.
And did I say already it's run by volunteers?
It is.
So Brian is one of those very special people who volunteers his time to make sure that we have, I'm going to quote Brian Bishop right now, the crown jewel of Henderson, and that we can all enjoy it and invite our friends from all around the world to enjoy it with us. So we thought it would be good now that Handy is here to kind of break down the bands and what we can expect.
Absolutely.
So Wednesday, June 12th, that's
Wednesday.
when it all starts.
Absolutely. 5 o'clock we start with a young lady named Grain Duffy. She's going to be coming from Ireland, speaking of coming from
Oh, wow.
worldwide. She is very talented, very powerful voice. She's going to remind some folks of Bonnie Raitt. Do you know who Bonnie Raitt is?
Yeah, no.
The iconic.
The iconic Bonnie Raitt, but she is very good. Young lady, especially for the blues scene, which is good because we like to have a mixture of more established and younger artists. And this is what we're doing there. We're getting artists on the upswing so we can afford them. At 7 p.m. we have John Primer and the Real Deal Blues Band. John Primer is a blues legend. He has been winning blues awards since the 90s.
Wow.
He was the band leader for Muddy Waters.
Okay.
So Muddy Waters is a blues icon, one of the biggest stars ever. He, before he went out on his own, was the band leader. He made Muddy Waters sound good.
Wow.
Helped make Muddy Waters sound good, I should say. Then 9 o'clock on Wednesday, I'm really stoked about Vanessa Collier. You may have seen
She's been
Abby.
here before.
Yes, she is very, very talented. Great voice. She plays the alto sax. She will be out in the audience, hopefully, if she did what she did last time.
Interactive.
Absolutely. She was nominated for the Blues Music Award, Artist of the Year, which, are you familiar with Blues Music Awards by any chance?
We want to learn more, mostly
Yes.
for our listeners.
Correct. Okay, so the Blues Music Awards are basically the Grammys of the blues genre.
Okay.
If you win the B.B. King Artist of the Year, that is the highest honor you can get
That's a big deal.
in the blues genre. So Vanessa Collier and Mr. Sip were both nominated for that this year, and they are both at the Handy Festival.
Oh my gosh.
That's
That you
awesome.
can see for free.
Yeah.
I can't get over, like, we have seen people on this stage for free in Henderson that go on to win Grammys.
Yes, absolutely.
So to have this in our community, I can't reiterate enough. It is so special.
There are 2 Grammy winners on this year's lineup alone.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, well, we'll, as we continue through the breakdown of the lineup,
Okay, so
you can comment on that.
speaking of Grammy winners, Chubby Carrier will be back for his final year at the WC Handy
Aw.
Blues and Barbecue Festival.
Oh.
So yes, well, it's not a bad thing. Chubby has
Right.
decided that he is a little older and he wants to retire and stay a little more local to Louisiana, which is where he'll be keeping the Chubby parties. They will be more
Ain't no
locally.
party like a chubby party.
I was waiting for that.
But he can always come back and enjoy the festival with his friends here in Henderson.
He absolutely can, and we may have a little surprise for Chubby. We
Aw. Be on the
uh,
lookout.
Yep. So, this will drop before or after, you think? I
It'll
don't want to
drop
spoil a
before.
surprise. Okay.
Before.
Well, so if anyone sees this, we have worked on getting Chubby a special Kentucky honor. So he will be awarded a very special award for Kentuckians.
I get it.
You probably know what it is.
I'm going to say, hope they get his name right.
Me too. But before Chubby goes on, we have Dwayne Dopsy and the Zydeco Hellraisers. Dwayne is a fantastic entertainer, a younger version of Chubby in a sense, in that they both play Zydeco music.
Tell us more
Very
about
energetic.
Zydeco music and what is significant about that on Thursday.
Okay, so Zydeco music is a very unique sound. You have a lot of accordions, you have a lot of washboards, but for Handy, it's very important because it's our main night of fundraising. It's our red beans and rice night, so we encourage everyone to come down, purchase some red beans and rice because it helps us keep the festival free.
And you can get a delicious dinner.
Delicious dinner, listen to fantastic Grammy award-winning
That's
music.
right.
So
And you know what? I feel like, so I've been coming to this festival both in my younger years and also like with my little kiddos now.
Yep.
And I will say I feel like Thursdays, just the style of Thursday's music is a lot of fun for
It's fun.
families to come down to.
it is very fun. And that's part of the Zydeco music is it's such a gumbo, using Louisiana terms,
Yeah.
that of music. You have all these different kinds of influences from culture, from different races. It's just a fun mixture. So it's very fun. People
And
love it.
You can grab dinner there.
Absolutely.
The red beans and rice.
And help keep the festival free.
Consider that like your ticket.
It's a charitable donation.
Exactly.
Think of it that way. So
Okay, so that's Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay, then you're gonna want to get a good night's sleep because we've got a full lineup on Friday.
Absolutely. We start at noon with Blues for You, which have you
House
ever heard?
band.
House band, exactly. That Steve Gold has coined that phrase, that Blues for You is the Handy house band. We have joked that they will fire us before we fire them. So, and I spoke of Ireland earlier, so we will have people from Spotsville, Kentucky, and Blues for You, and Ireland playing in the same festival in Little Old Henderson, Kentucky, which is something I thought was really
That's
cool.
really
That's really cool.
So from Spotsville to Ireland, we got it covered. And then 1:30, Bosco, France, another localish artist. I don't like to say they're local because I feel like it diminishes their talent. Bosco is a fantastic guitar player. He has won numerous awards. And saying that he's local is almost, I don't want to say demeaning, but he's world known.
This
at
is not
point.
just Brian's neighbor, you guys.
Right.
Exactly. I didn't
He's the
just,
real deal.
Yeah.
It's renowned.
I didn't see him playing it on deck and like, hey, you want to play in Handy?
But we love the music at On Deck too.
Absolutely. So, and then after that, we have Piper and the Hard Times, who was at Handy last year. They had a little bit different name. It was Al Green and the Hard Times last year, but there's another Al Green out there that caused some confusion. Different Al Green,
That's
but
what happens.
yeah,
Sounds like a lawsuit.
yeah, a little bit. But they won the International Blues Challenge in Memphis last year, which
Oh,
is
cool.
a big deal. So they
That's
are
crazy.
blowing up. Yeah, they're blowing up. And 5 p.m.
Wait, I wonder what their hard times have been.
I don't know. We'll find out. They'll sing about it in the blues.
Yeah, you're gonna have to head
Have
to
to show
Handy
up, find out.
Yeah.
Then 5 o'clock may be the sleeper pick for me that may steal the entire festival. Is Robert John and the Wreck. I know, Abby, we've talked about your dad being a classic rock fan. He's going to love Robert John and the Wreck because they're more of the southern rock blues of the Allman Brothers,
Oh yeah.
Leonard
Okay.
Skinner. So you're going to get a lot of Allman Brothers feel from them, which people will love.
Wait a minute. This is not to be confused. I'm inserting myself a lot today. This is not to be confused with Robert John and Associates, but
No.
this is a call for Robert John and Associates. If you would like to sponsor,
It's funny you say that. If they had not been sponsoring Summerfest already, I was going to hit them up. I have a great naming right for you. So, but yeah, we got them on Summerfest.
good.
But-
Thank you, Robert John and Associates.
Absolutely. So, see, the advertising still go. But Robert John and the Wreck is my sleeper pick to steal the show.
What do you like most about them?
I really think that they have it's a southern rock style that I grew up listening to, so you're going to get a, like I said, Leonard Skinner vibe. Just guitar shredding is what I love to
Okay.
say about them. The guitar
yeah.
player is fantastic. The lead singer has a powerful voice that almost booms. You're going to hear it. It's good. 7 o'clock is Danielle Nicole, Grammy nominee. She has not won a Grammy yet, but she's a Grammy nominee. I have made a special request, so if for some reason you guys hear Purple Rain playing at the Handy Festival this year,
We
that
can
is
thank this guy.
that is all me, and I do not apologize for it. So funny story, when I was emailing the agent, a lot of times I'll look or watch these guys on YouTube so you can kind of see what they're like, what their
Yeah.
vibe is. And she did a cover of Purple Rain that I was watching, and I'm a huge Prince fan, so I wrote it into the request, will you please play Purple Rain? But she's fantastic. She has, when you hear someone say she has pipes or he has pipes, that defines her. She is a fantastic singer, has won numerous awards for a bass player, fantastic bass player, which leads us to 9 o'clock. We are super stoked to have Big Head Todd and the Monsters.
This is a big deal.
This is a big deal for us. So, Big Head Todd and the Monsters became prominent in the 90s. They had a big hit called Bittersweet. Broken Hearted Savior, I believe, is another big hit that they had. But they have been touring continuously since the late 80s, early 90s. But they have gained more prominence on the blues scene in recent years because they've always had a bluesy vibe to them. They remind me a little bit of Dave Matthews back in the
nice.
day. So, but they are touring with a guy named Joe Bonamassa. Have you ever heard of him by any chance?
Nope.
Famous blues player. They are on what's called a Save the Blues tour, I believe. It's them, Samantha Fish, Larkin Poe.
We love Samantha Fish and Larkin Poe.
So, tried Larkin Poe again, struck out, which is still it's gonna happen one of these days.
Yeah.
That was an incredible show.
They're fantastic.
I still think about it.
They're amazing. They are always one of my first calls. I love those guys. Or those ladies, excuse me. So, but funny story about...
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, sorry. Did you know they are actually descendants of Edgar Allan Poe?
What?
No, but that's awesome.
They are, yep, absolutely. So Big Head Todd and the Monsters are huge. They are really big in the blues scene now. They will be leaving Red Rocks. You've heard of Red Rocks in Colorado?
Yeah.
They leave Red Rocks and come to Henderson, Kentucky.
That's amazing.
That's a big deal.
And we've had like calls here or people come in, and whenever we share, the blues festival's coming up, here's the lineup, they're like, wait a minute, Big Head Todd?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We're pretty jazzed to have them. No pun intended.
We're kind of a big deal.
Yeah. For sure.
We're getting there. It took us 34 years, but we're hitting our stride. So, funny story about Samantha Fish for 1 second. So, Robert John and the Wreck are playing Bourbon and Beyond.
Yeah.
I had reached out to Samantha Fish because she's always popular at the Handy Festival. People love her, and she's fantastic. So, emailing the agent, and we had an agreement in place. Okay, money's right, time's right. Get a reply back, sorry, we can't do it. We've been blocked by Bourbon and Beyond. So, they have things written in their clauses, written into their contract, that they can stop bands from playing a certain time frame and distance from their festival. So
Oh, I did not know
that's
that.
that's another caveat of booking bands is now you're in competition with other festivals
I'm kind of
and
mad.
yeah. But so Robert John and the Wreck, we got a special exemption from Bourbon and Beyond for them to play Handy. So that's
Oh,
a big.
that is nice.
I was super stoked
Thank
to get
you.
that. Yep, thanks Bourbon and
Fellow
Beyond.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're making gazillion dollars and we're trying to get by for free, but
We're not just trying to get by, we are thriving for free.
Yeah.
correct. That's a good way to put it. So
Come
big.
on, Brian.
Well,
It's the art of the spin.
I'm trying to make people feel sorry so they'll give us money.
They start crying. Right?
Yeah. So Big Head Todd and the Monsters, big deal. Saturday, 12 o'clock, Doug McLeod, another blues legend. He has won numerous awards. He is a great storyteller. I believe Doug's roughly about 80 and still a touring musician.
Wow.
He is
I
fantastic.
wonder what his secret is.
He loves life.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
I like
No.
that.
When you're on stage, see him on stage, the guy's never not smiling.
Aw.
He's happy.
That's
He's cheerful, like when you see him backstage, cheerful as he can be. Super nice guy. 1:30 is a new addition to the festival. That is Tyrone Benoit, who I believe is brother to Tab Benoit, who's a famous blues artist. Tyrone I'm interested to see how he goes. So we talked about accordions earlier with Zydeco. He has a prominent accordion in his stage show, but is not what I would call Zydeco. It's
Something else.
It is. This is going to be
Something unique.
absolutely. It's going to be a nice mixture. I can't wait to see how this goes over. It's an experiment that if it fails, completely my fault.
But it's, don't
blame
let the fear
Brian.
of striking out.
It's fine.
Keep you from playing.
I mean, there's 16 other bands that are going to kill.
yeah,
So.
you'll find something you like.
Absolutely. And then 3 o'clock, Tad Robinson, a fantastic soul blues singer. I would say he's more soulful, great voice, very soulful. Like, I'm trying to think of someone who you could compare him to. Maybe like Sugar Ray Rayford, remember?
Yeah, that was a good one.
A very big voice, going to be great. 5 o'clock, another band that I hate to say is local, but they're from the area because they are doing big European tours.
They are legit, you guys.
Oh, at the Code Stairs. Love the Code Stairs, who have it's not recently now, shot a video in what local establishment, Abby?
Was it Metzger's?
It was Metzger's.
Also, we're welcoming them back, right?
This is their second time
Okay.
at Handy.
Ooh, yep.
So
Love those repeats.
Yep, they're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They are in national truck commercials. Their music's there. They're in video games. Like, they are everywhere. I mean, it's a big deal.
A great portfolio.
Yeah. So, and 7 o'clock is another experiment. It's called DeSoto Tiger, featuring Damon Fowler, Jason Ricci, and Boogie Long, which is the coolest name ever.
Boogie Long.
Boogie Long. You may remember him 3 years ago. He went into the crowd and was playing the guitar behind his back.
Yeah. That is an entertainer, you guys.
Absolutely. So this is a blues supergroup, and if I'm not mistaken, we will be the first festival ever to have them. So super stoked about that.
Nice.
And then 9 o'clock is Mr. Sip, who Grammy winner, Mr. Sip.
Mr. Sip.
Again, up for the Blues Award, BB King Artist of the Year. The guy's a showman.
Mm-hmm.
He is a fantastic guitar player, very entertaining, very energetic. The crowd's going to love him. Second time back for Mr. Sip. Third time for Mr. Sip.
Nice.
So,
I think it's so crazy. I mean, you said 16 bands,
17 total.
17
Yep.
total. That is insane.
For free,
For free.
you
Yep.
guys.
From Spotsville to Iowa.
And it's not just, it's like legit blues professionals.
And a few things I just want to comment on too. Obviously that festival stage in Audubon Mill Park is the main event. But there are other ways that we kind of celebrate this festival too.
Absolutely, Abby. Thank you for bringing up the lovely merch that we have in front of us. So Abby said to be very good about describing things because there's listeners.
This ought to be good.
Yeah, thanks. You asked for this, remember. So we have our special Stanley S Cup. We can't call it a Stanley Cup, but it has the WC Handy logo.
That's a nice cup. That's going to
Yeah.
keep your
For
drinks
all my
hot or
basic
cold.
girlies out there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but on a budget, and also you want to support a free festival.
Love
Yeah.
what's local. And then we have a Handy coffee cup that was designed by a local artist who wishes to remain nameless.
So we have this is similar to the mug that we have too that has like iconic Henderson drawings. It kind of resembles the Starbucks Anywhere cups. So I see like the bridge, I see a guitar, I see a
Umbrella?
feather, umbrella. Yeah, so this is like the handy version of the Starbucks Anywhere mug. You could drink soup in
I
it
really like it.
or eat soup in
It's
it,
big.
drink coffee, whatever you want.
Yep. And then finally we have the new latest edition of the WC Handy Blues and Barbecue hats with more colors and options coming up. So
You will not look any cooler than you will look when you're wearing this.
Yeah, I'm
hat.
going to have to get one of those.
Yeah.
So
For
and
sure.
multiple versions coming.
And all of these items, whenever you purchase these items, you are supporting a free festival that is volunteer driven. And you can kind of consider it as like, I didn't have to buy a ticket, so I'm going to go buy my Stanley-esque cup and
Yeah.
support the festival, but also I get
Because
something.
did we mention the festival is free?
Free.
It's free, ran
Yeah.
by volunteers.
That's right.
We get by volunteers, sponsorships, and folks buying our merch,
Yep.
Yeah.
bread, beans, and rice.
But wait, there's more. So all week long, our community really comes together to celebrate. So the chamber organizes
Handy lunch breaks.
Yep, handy lunch breaks and happy hours.
Yep.
So all week long at our local restaurants, you can catch live music during lunch or during happy hour. That schedule will be out soon.
Yep.
Or it's probably already out by the time. Okay.
I think Clay's probably on top of it.
Yep. Yep. Thank you to Clay and the Chamber Ladies. And then something that I love that is so unique and it is so much fun. So on Saturday morning, the ladies who we know as the periodic table dancers.
Miss Tomlin? So it was Miss Tomlin for me because she was a
She was
teacher.
your teacher?
Not my teacher, but I remember her from
Okay.
County.
Okay, so this is a group of retired teachers: Tiffany Seitz,
Miss Seitz,
Vivian
yeah.
Tomlin,
Mhm.
Rhonda Gillum.
Sounds right.
It's a group of retired teachers. Their trivia team name is the Periodic Table Dancers, and so that's what they call themselves, which I think is awesome. They're the coolest girls ever. And they have come together to really revive the William Brannaman Street Strut People's Parade.
Which is 10 a.m. on Saturday.
10 a.m. on Saturday. Meet
Strut
right.
your stuff.
Strut your stuff. So you can meet outside the depot right here on Water Street. They'll have an umbrella decorating workshop. So this resembles the second line parades in New Orleans.
And you guys do this, right? You're very prominent in this.
Oh no, I just I usually am one of the
Spectators.
judges.
But you've had your mom and Eliza there too, right?
Yes.
Early on, if I remember.
Yes, that would have been 2019, Brian. We dressed in a patriotic theme. My infant daughter was the president in a white pantsuit, and my mother and I were Secret Service agents.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can really do whatever you want. The point is, you decorate an umbrella. There is a blues band that leads a parade, and we strut our stuff all around.
How far is the strut?
It's just about a block now. I think there for a little bit it was a little long. The children were getting hot and tired, so they've
They're
shortened
passing
it.
out on the street. It's fine.
Yeah, so you can participate for free with your family, and there are awards for things like best decorated wagon, best decorated umbrella, best group, things like that.
Is there a winner?
There is a winner, by golly, and the winner is called the Grand Oopie Doo.
The Grand Oopie Doo.
Yep, we're gonna trademark that.
It's a thing.
It is a
Okay.
thing. Okay, so this is super cool. I love to talk about this. So the Grand Doopy Doo is basically the most done up, the most spirited street
Flamboyant,
strutter.
yep.
Flamboyant.
Yep.
Okay, so 2 years ago, the Grand Oopie Doo, it was a couple, and they were from St. Louis visiting, and they
Really?
they heard about the parade,
Oh,
and they were
I
like,
love
That's awesome.
I know. Wait a minute.
Okay.
It gets better.
It gets better. Okay,
I feel like it's
so
an infomercial.
so they were crowned Grand Oopie Doo. So the Grand Oopie Doo has to come back the following year to lead the parade.
So they're in?
And this couple from St. Louis came back last year to lead the
Aw.
parade and
That's
pass
awesome.
off the crown.
Good deal.
I know, so I hope that they come back again this year.
Yeah.
But all that being said, this could be your year
It's wide open.
to be the Grand Oopie Doo. And you can sit in that throne.
Oh, do you know there was a throne?
I did not.
There.
Okay, so all of that being said, Saturday morning, if you are looking for some family fun, you can either come out, participate in the parade. It starts at 10 a.m. Umbrella decorating with free supplies will be before. If you just want to watch the parade, you can cheer on those strutters, and
There's free supplies?
I'm pretty sure
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
pom-poms, markers, sequins,
Go crazy.
go crazy.
9 years in, I'm still learning.
I know.
This is awesome.
I mean, life's a journey.
It's a highway.
There you go.
I want to ride it all night long.
Yeah.
So-
Trademark infringement all over the place in this podcast.
So, you guys, Handy is the place to be right here in Henderson.
We will be the center of an entire genre of music for 4 days.
And I love that it's in celebration of someone, who found their passion
Here in
here in
Henderson.
Henderson.
That's a great point. I can't believe we haven't brought that up. Do you
Just
want-
wait.
I know.
There's
Just
a,
wait,
there's
there's
more.
a, so there's a,
Do
there's
you
a
wanna
quiz
ta-
at the end.
Do you know the history?
No,
of
we
that?
want to hear it from you because we don't want to give away any of the answers that we're about to
Oh,
ask you the
I
questions.
cannot. Well, I don't want to fail miserably. So and Donna Stennett has done tons of research on this, so she's the best source for this. So W.C. Handy was traveling back from the Chicago World's Fair, broke down in Evansville, Indiana, I believe, and then was finding work on a street crew, playing backyard parties. He was already a great musician.
Barbecues.
Found love and his inspiration in beautiful Henderson, Kentucky, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. So it's nice to have this festival that honors the father of the blues.
Did you
Yeah.
meet his son when he came
Yes.
back? Dr. Carlos Handy?
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was, oh, he's so smart too.
Yeah, I think he was really blown away at what we have going on here.
Absolutely. So I need to text him. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah. Give
I
him the
just think
invite.
it's cool that we honor him and in that way here.
I think so too.
Because in his autobiography, he wrote about Henderson, and he obviously,
Mm.
he married someone here, so
It made an impression.
right,
It did.
and he made an impression on us, obviously.
Absolutely. So, okay, we're going to go around and everyone share either their favorite memory of a Handy Festival in the past or what you're most looking forward to for this year, or both. Ellie?
I'll start. One of my favorite memories is from when I was really little. Like I was a baby, a child. I didn't really have thoughts. But my parents and my grandparents were there. We were sitting out in chairs, and we were really close to the stage. And people, they like invited all the kids up. This was like a long time ago, and they got to like go up on stage if they wanted to, and like that was really fun.
That's
and
awesome.
that's still in my head when I think of Handy.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you most looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to just hearing the music and being an active participant in terms of taking photos, and I'm very excited about all of that and
Yeah.
getting coverage and content.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Brian?
Oh, favorite Handy memory. I would probably go with the first festival in 21 after COVID.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh, it was huge.
It was
It was
huge.
needed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. And that, I know as a committee, we pushed really hard to make that happen because we felt like it would be therapeutic. You know, obviously we wanted to have the festival because we all love the festival and wanted it to succeed.
In a
And-
safe way, you know.
Correct. And I think finding a way to do that, the teamwork that went involved with the committee and the sponsors and the musicians, everyone involved was fantastic. It was the best sense of cooperation I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And you're dealing with a festival that has dozens of volunteers, and then you're counting agents, musicians.
Yeah.
To me, that we were able to make that happen in the post-COVID era is my most proud moment, and that's because of the committee. What I'm looking forward to, seeing the lineup that Dorn and I worked on, see how people react to it. That's what I most look forward to. If people like the bands, if they don't like the bands, and then just seeing the reaction.
You want to see the reaction?
Yeah.
If
Oh,
they
I-
don't like the band.
I absolutely do. So Steve Gold and I have gotten to where we will drive around. We'll get the gator and drive around and see how far, like the furthest plate is from.
Yeah.
But that, and I will just wander out in the crowd and just sit there and just see what people are,
Yeah.
what they're
What they're
doing.
into.
If they like it, if they don't. It's direct feedback. It's live. It is
Gotta
what
love
it is.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is what it is. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay, so for me, I, especially just since I've been in the job that I'm in, so I've been doing this for 7 years, and every year of the festival, I meet so many people who plan their entire, vacation around this festival. And I think that's such a powerful thing. Like, sometimes as locals, I think we don't, and this happens everywhere, but we don't always realize what we have in our own backyard. And whenever you meet people from other states, multiple states away, other countries, and they're talking about how much they look forward to coming back to Henderson for this event every year,
Absolutely.
I think it's just so refreshing. So I think about some of the people that I've met. There was a group of sisters from Wisconsin last year that this is what they do together every summer. And that's really cool.
Absolutely. And people plan family reunions and class reunions around Handy
Yeah.
just because it's such a big deal.
Yeah.
And they love it here.
Absolutely. And they should. It's the crown jewel.
That's the crown jewel.
Crown Joe.
Okay, here's...
I'm never going to live that
No,
down.
you're not. You, Brian just randomly said a few years ago, Handy is the crown jewel of Henderson. And, I mean, now it's just, we kind of make fun of him.
I'm biased.
He's not wrong.
I am biased, clearly, but I'm so proud of what this committee has done, what we've been doing for 34 years. People like Marcia Eblin, Ken Christopher, all
OG
these.
of tourism.
Absolutely. So, do you know I had Marcia's house at one point?
Mm.
Yeah, so on the Handy Committee, April and I bought Marsha's house on North M Street at one
Oh,
point,
okay.
remodeled. Yeah, so Marsha's awesome.
Cool.
But yeah, I think we owe it to these folks to make sure that Handy is still thriving and is still
Yeah.
what they meant it to be,
Mhm.
and I'm proud of it. So
Yeah.
I do let it get out of control every once in a while.
Well, I'll say this for any locals that are listening that, hopefully you feel like the passion and the energy that Brian has when it comes to this festival. Handy is, we want this to be a tradition for years and years to come. So if there's anyone that is interested, just,
Absolutely, reach out to
Reach out.
me, anyone on the committee.
always looking for new folks to get involved. It really is. It's a team effort.
Absolutely.
And it feels good to be a part of something,
It is. And so I think that's a good time to give a shout out to Christy Dixon, who's our chairman this year.
Yes, she's amazing.
Yeah, that's one thing that's great about the Handy Committee is it's 2-year terms, and we all kind of take turns being chairman. It's the most cooperation I've seen, and
Yeah.
it's amazing.
That's
I
awesome.
love that.
Well, on behalf of the Tourist Commission, thank you to Brian, Doran, for putting together a great lineup, and thank you to the entire committee for
Thank you.
blood, sweat, and tears that go into
Yeah.
making this happen.
Awesome. Thank you.
I think we're going to see smiling faces,
Mhm.
people dancing.
You got an insane lineup.
I'm proud of it. I'm really
It's-
proud.
It's awesome.
You should be.
Yeah.
Okay. On that note, Brian, are
Yes.
you ready to move into
Ta-da.
I'm terrified, but yes.
test the guess?
Okay, let's go.
Dun dun dun. We're still working on our sound effects.
Yeah. Okay, this is a multiple choice question.
Okay.
In his autobiography, W.C. Handy spoke of his time in Henderson. He expressed, "There I learned to appreciate the music of my people. Then the blues were born because from that day on, I started thinking about my own experience in that particular kind of music." What is the title of his autobiography? A. The Story of Handy. B. Father of the Blues. Or C. St. Louis Blues.
I believe that is B.
Correct.
Ding, ding, ding. Good job, Brian.
Good job.
Thanks, Donna Stinnett.
Okay, if you get all three, we didn't comment on this. We're sending you home with some swag from our gift shop.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, question 2. How does the barbecue aspect connect to the W.C. Handy Blues and Barbecue Festival's name? So, what is significant about that?
Historically, there was a barbecue competition.
Well, this is multiple choice.
I'm just ready to go. Sorry.
Okay,
All right,
okay.
go.
So,
I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
that's good. So, A, he met his wife at a local Henderson barbecue. B, he loved the taste of West Kentucky barbecue. Or C, he owned and operated a barbecue joint in Henderson.
A.
Correct.
Boom! He did meet his wife
Mhm.
at a local Henderson barbecue.
D was there historically a barbecue tasting contest.
There was.
Yep.
But I read that in an old the W.C. Handy
Pamphlet.
pamphlets.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was in the one of the first editions in this
Mhm.
little
Yeah, it's Bobby Jared. Do you know Bobby?
Mhm.
That's on the Planning Commission.
Mhm.
She and I have talked about it, and she thinks she has it narrowed down to a certain area of where that barbecue happened.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
That's
super
really
cool.
cool.
So
That's really neat. And there is a street called Handy Street.
Mhm.
Ellie and I, it's off of Mill Street, I think.
Mhm.
We drove past it just yesterday.
Mhm.
So that's kind of cool.
So for your final question, it's open-ended, so this isn't multiple choice.
awesome.
Raised in Alabama within a household with strong religious beliefs, W.C. Handy's musical talent and passion weren't embraced. Which of his relatives, mentioned in his autobiography, disapproved of Handy pursuing a musical career? And I'll give you a little hint.
Okay.
There were 2 relatives that really disapproved and told him not to do it.
I'm assuming his father.
Woo!
Was one of them.
His father was one of them.
Hot dog.
Do you know the other one?
I'm assuming his mother.
No.
Brother,
No.
sister,
No.
cousin,
No.
uncle.
No.
I'm
close.
running out of relatives at
Yeah.
this point.
It was his grandfather, but you got one of them,
Really?
so we'll give it to you.
Yeah.
They were both
Ding, ding, ding.
pastors.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew his father was,
Mhm.
but I did not know about his grandfather.
Yeah. And then I think later in his life, his dad apologized for telling him not to do it because obviously he became
He did
extremely
okay.
successful.
He did okay.
They always come back.
Yeah.
Well, to me, sorry, you've got me. I will ramble about edit this, but feel free. But it's amazing that someone that was, alive in the early 1900s
Yeah.
influenced so many other people, the Rolling Stones,
Mm-hmm.
and that is still influencing people today. It's just amazing.
Yeah. I agree.
So
It's awesome. Okay, Brian, we're impressed.
Yeah, I
Not-
really am.
Not only are you an integral part of the festival, but you are also
Not
a
at all.
handy historian.
it goes with the territory.
Yeah,
It
there
goes
you
with
go.
the territory. So
So, everybody, on behalf of all of us here on the podcast today, happy Handy Festival.
Yeah.
Come out, have some fun.
Get your blues on.
Get your blues
nice.
on.
Yeah.
It is free. It is fun. And
Did we
it's-
mention it was free?
It's free.
Somebody mentioned that.
Yeah,
I heard
okay.
that before.
But always accepting donations. It's honestly just one heck of a time. Don't miss it. So on that note, we cannot wait to see all of your posts about Handy Fest. If you have photos that you're sharing, use the hashtag HendersonKY. We would love to see what you're up to, see the festival from your eyes.
Absolutely.
Invite your friends, invite your family. It's just a gathering of the people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be one heck of a time.
Yep.
So thanks,
Can't wait.
Brian, for
Yes,
a great lineup.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you all out there at the festival. This is Henderson.